Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's MPO Policy Committee meeting. Today's date's July 19, 2023. The approximate time is 1:30. We're here, our location is City of Laredo City Council, 1110 Houston Street. We're going to go ahead and we're going to ask our chairperson to go ahead and call this meeting to order. We're going to call this meeting to order. We're going to have our, go ahead and do roll call, please, Mr. Juan Mendive.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I'll go ahead and call roll. Judge Tano E. Tejirina.
Present, sir.
Mayor Dr. Victor D. Trevino. Present. Councilmember Melissa Ciarroa.
Present.
Hey.
Councilmember Ruben Gutierrez.
Present.
Commissioner Jesse Gonzalez. Commissioner John Galo. Mayor Pro Tem Vanessa Perez. Mr. Epi Gonzalez.
Present.
And Mr. Jet A. Brown.
Present.
For the record, you do have a quorum.
Very good. I do have a quorum, but can I get a motion to excuse the ones that are not here, please?
Motion to excuse. Second.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Let's go ahead and go to the next one, item number 3. Citizens' comments. At this point in time, I don't believe we have any. Any citizens' comments? Very well. We move on. Item number 4, items requiring policy committee action. Approval of minutes for the meeting held on June 21st, 2023.
So moved.
A motion, I have a second. Any other questions, comments? Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 4B, receive public testimony and approve resolution number MPO 2023-08, adopting the proposed amendments to the 2023-2026 Transportation Improvement Program, which is a TIP. Any questions or comments, colleagues, on those?
Mr. Chair, on this item, we did present it last month, and we're just bringing it back for the final approval to adopt the resolution. We do need to just take any public testimony here today before closing the public comment period.
Do I have anybody here for or against? Do I have anybody here for or against? And I'll ask one last time, is there anybody here for or against for the public testimony and approval of resolution number 2023-08? Very well. Can I have a
Motion to approve the resolution.
Very good. Motion is second. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Let's go ahead and move on to item 4C. Receive public testimony and approval resolution number MPO 2023-09, adopting the following proposed revisions of the 2020-2045 Metropolitan Transportation Plan, MTP. Anybody have any questions or comments on that?
Chair, this is similar to the last item. Any revisions we make to the TIP, we need to make to the MTP. We presented it at the last meeting, and we're bringing this back today.
Excuse me, so just a question. The MTP, just for the public knowledge, it's a 25-year plan, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And the TIP is a 5-year plan?
It's a 4-year.
4-year plan, I'm
Yes,
sorry,
correct.
4 years. So
It's a 4-year
just
plan.
for everybody to understand that item 4B was a 4-year, which is your TIP, and this is your MTP, which is a 25-year vision for the next 5 years, 25 years. So any other questions, comments? Okay, can I have an entertainment to?
Motion to approve resolution number MPO 2023-09.
Very good. I have a motion. I have a second. Any other questions, comments? Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Let's go ahead and go into item 4.1. It's a revision of Appendix A, short-range projects identified in the MTP and listed in the TIP as necessary to incorporate and reflect the proposed revisions to the 2023-2026 TIP. Okay,
Right.
what are we doing here, Mr. Mendiva?
So we're moving to item 4D. I think the way the agenda broke up into the second page, that was left over from the previous MTP item. It was the sub-bullet for item 4C, the one you read right now. So we're actually on number 4.
Oh, I'm sorry.
D.
So we're on 4D.
Correct.
Okay, that was part of it. I apologize.
No worries.
So item 4D, receive public testimony and approve resolution to MPO 2023-10, adopting the FY 2024 Unified Planning Work Program, UPWP.
Yes, thank you, Chair. At the last meeting, I also presented this item, the Unified Planning Work Program. It's pretty much our operating budget for the year. We need to describe and schedule the work that's going to be undertaken by the MPO. In your packet, you do have the list of all the items. It includes salaries, different studies we'll be doing. The total amount that we're programming is $1,410,000. And, that's from a total available of $2,429,997. Again, this needs to be approved by the policy committee and then submitted to TxDOT and FHWA before July 31st.
Is there any change, other than your salary or other salaries from last year?
No, just my salary and then just a few studies. We did present that last time. If you want, we can go through the items.
Does anybody want to entertain the items, or everybody's okay with it?
We're okay.
Everybody's okay with the items? If somebody would like it, just please let me know, and we'll have them present it. It looks like everybody's okay with it, so we'll just, if I could entertain a motion, please.
Motion to approve MPO 2023-10.
Yep. I got a motion, I got a second. Any other questions, comments, any opposed? Motion carries. Very well, thank you.
Thank you.
Item, I think we're still in 4E now. Receive public testimony and initiate 20-day public review and comment period for the FY 2022 annual listing of obligated projects, APL.
Yes, thank you, Judge. This is a,
Excuse me real quick, do I need to ask for or against on this one, or we're just opening it up, right?
well, yeah, usually at the meeting we'll ask for and against, open it up and then,
All right, is anybody here for or against item 4E? Anybody here for or against for the APL? It's just an annual listing of obligation projects for the next 20 days. Anybody here for or against? Okay, Mr. Medina?
so the report is in your packet. This is something that we do every year and we need to submit it for the previous fiscal year of all the federal funds that were obligated. A lot of these projects are projects that TxDOT does or Transit does. Here, they're not necessarily ones that you always see come through the MPO. The only difference is that this year, TxDOT is asking that the policy committee approve these reports that are submitted to them and to FHWA. So that is in your packet. The only thing that we're adding, and if we can show it up on the screen, is the transit projects. So we're now, we'll show them on the screen. Yeah, there they are. So that's the only thing that wasn't in your packet. We did coordinate with transit just to make sure that we got the amounts that were obligated for federal funds in FY 2022. So we'll be publishing this on our website for the public comment period, and then at the next meeting, we'll be approving a resolution. Again, this is something that's new to the committee because it's something that TxDOT's asking policy committee approval for all MPOs across the state.
Yes, if you don't mind, give me a second, because I'm just switching screens here. Okay,
Fine.
very good. Anybody, so we're still on 4E, right?
Correct.
So can I get a motion? Do we need, we just,
Just to open the public
that's it, all we
comment.
do?
Yeah,
Is
to
it
open it
open?
and then we'll come back
Motion
next
to
month.
open it up, please. Somebody motion to open it up?
Motion to initiate the 20-day public review and comment
Perfect.
period.
Second.
Very good. I got a second by, I believe, Mr. Brown. I believe he was a little bit before the mayor. So motion second, any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 4G, discussion with possible action. I'm sorry?
For,
Oh, 4F. See, I need to learn my alphabet. Motion to accept the sole proposal in response to the request for qualifications RFQ FY 23-047 for the 2025-2050 Metropolitan Transportation Plan, the MTP, update and authorize staff to initiate contract fee negotiations.
Thank you, Judge. Yes, as you had mentioned right now, you had asked about the Metropolitan Transportation Plan. That is a 25-year document. We need to get ready to update it before 2025. So we'll be doing a 2025 to 2050 Metropolitan Transportation Plan. The process takes about a year to a year and a half. That's why we already issued the RFQ. We did get one proposal. It was sent to, to several firms, and it was open, on the city's e-bid system. We did receive one proposal from WSP with LJA Engineering as a subconsultant, and we went ahead and went through the scoring exercise as well. We scored an 89.5, and then that was the average. There's people from the county, the city, TxDOT that's scored this project, and then we went to the technical committee. We discussed this as well, and they're recommending, as well as staff, we're recommending to proceed with this proposal. The next step would be if you all authorize us to initiate the contract fee negotiations, then we'd bring it back at a subsequent meeting to discuss the contract and authorize that.
So let's discuss, if you don't mind, a little bit on what they actually do. Can you just share that to the for the public, please?
Yes, oh, what was that in the process that we do?
Well, on this RFQ, why are you going for RFQ? Are they gonna put certain amount of projects and they're gonna go ahead and put them in order that they feel it's the right order for the next 25 years or what?
On the MTP, again, this is one of our federally required documents. It's a core document of the MPO, something that all the MPOs need to do. So we're looking at several things in there, right? So we are looking at a fiscally constrained list of projects for the next 25 years. So that's one important step. So we have to coordinate with our stakeholders, right? Our planning partners as well, such as the city, the county, the RMA, TxDOT in creating this list. So the consultants would be helping us have those workshops, discussing with the public, right? Having meetings with the public to come up with that list and then prioritize them using a prioritization criteria that will be created through this process. That's part of it, right? There's other things that go into it that are required. For example, things on equity and environmental justice, that's required to be part of that. Environmental air quality, things that we need to look at as well. Our congestion management process is also looked at in this document. So it's a very robust document, and like I said, it's a long process, takes about a year to a year and a half to have this developed.
And what's the sole bidder's name again, this country, the firm?
Yes, so the main consultant, the primary is WSP, and the sub-consultant is LJA Engineering.
Okay, so it was just one person, but they have a sub.
Correct.
Okay, so can I entertain a motion to?
Motion to accept the proposal and to authorize staff to initiate the contract fee negotiations.
Second.
Very good. I have a motion, I have a second. Any other questions or comments? Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now it's going to be item G. Discussion with possible action on the Achar Ruthinger project road project, I'm sorry. Mr. Chavez, how are you today?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, Ramon Chavez, city engineer. As far as this project is concerned, the city of Laredo is responsible for the utility coordination and the right-of-way acquisition. As far as the utility coordination is concerned, our consultant has already completed 60% submittal. They're working on all the utility relocations and other things. As far as the property acquisition, our real estate division continues to work on this. Last report I presented was that we received all the appraisals for the 8 different tracks that were provided by TxDOT originally. At this point, the next step is for the third-party appraiser to certify those appraisals. So that's in process right now. We're expecting to get those final reviews any day here. And we're hoping to get them before this meeting, but we didn't. But we received a message from the appraiser that we should get them anytime here soon. After that, the next step is to send offer letters. But I do want to mention that one of the things that we need prior to that, as I understand, is the environmental clearance before we can send those offer letters.
From who do you need that from?
TxDOT is the one working on the environmental.
What are we looking at time? I'm sorry, Judge.
No,
Yeah.
it's good.
What are we looking at time-wise for the environmental studies?
I'll defer to TxDOT.
Yes, this is Roberto Rodriguez with TxDOT. We're looking at early September of this year, about a month and a half.
Thank you.
But if I can add, this particular project, since we're not using federal money for right-of-way acquisition, technically, the city could proceed with right-of-way acquisition, right? I mean,
Well, actually, I had the same question this morning, because I said, well, that's their property. I mean, and I know some projects, the city even can acquire properties at risk. But in this case, since now it became an on-state system, it's now a state project, and the project itself, it's now on system, it's a state project. We have to follow now all the state regulations.
If I may, Honorable Chairman?
Yes,
And
please.
we have been following all those requirements, just so that the commission is aware, but I just wanted to clarify that and make sure.
Thank you.
I have a
Yes,
question.
sir, please.
How long would that study take, that environmental study? Approximately, do we have an idea?
Yes, which will be completed by September. We already did all the public involvement. We already did all the phases. We're just waiting for the environmental assessment document to be approved in Austin. Then we have to have a 30-day public time, for the last any final comments on the document, and it should be approved. So that's what I'm saying, about a month and a half from now.
Okay, good, thank you.
All right, I'm
Anytime
gonna-
we will continue with our process.
That's great. I just need to ask Anna, I guess, from TxDOT. So does this delay the process at all? Does this delay the timeline, your timeline that you had posted, you're giving us? Nothing?
No, sir, we're already on track. The final thing was waiting just on the
Great.
public involvement. We had their public hearing. We have to give them the time to, just similar to here, those 2 weeks and stuff. to
Yeah, so
respond.
this should not change it at all, right?
No, sir.
Very good.
Not with respect to waiting on environmental.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions, comments? Cool. All right, do we need any action on this right now? We don't, right?
No, Judge, not at the moment.
Okay. Let's go ahead and go into item 5, which is reports and presentations, and no action required. Let's go ahead and go into the RMA, status report on the Regional Mobility Authority.
I'll go ahead and give that from up here.
Yes, sir.
You can see that MPO staff, thanks, passed out the update. We have 11, technically 12 active projects. Most of them are being closed out in a matter of months. They're at 99%. Some we're in partnership with others, be it TxDOT, be it the City of Laredo. So things are progressing there, and they just need to be closed out. Our biggest projects that we're pushing hard on right now and to continue with would be the Safe Streets for All grant, Vallecillo, and the work we're looking at with the city on the Concord Hills project, which complements what we just finished up with Los Presidentes and ties to the new city park. And then a contribution we're making into Springfield. The other item I would update us all on is that we had a meeting this morning, a workshop that was well attended by our board members and a number of departments of the City of Laredo on TRZs. The city's contemplated TRZs in South Laredo, what they call the Cuatro Vientos corridor, and then now in North Laredo around the Mines Road, Achar, and over to the area where Majestic is. So we're moving forward with that project. Still a lot of work to be done, but we're staying active as ever. So if there's questions on any specific project, I'll do my best to answer them for you all.
Anybody have any questions? None at this time. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Very good. Item 6, we have director's comments. Mr. Mendive.
Yes, thank you, Judge. My report, it is in your packet. I want to mention that policy committee members, Mayor Pro Tem Vanessa Perez and Councilmember Melissa Arcia Roa, and myself, we did attend the June 29th Texas Transportation Commission meeting in Austin. And there was also city staff there. Mr. Navarro from the planning department was there, and Arturo Dominguez from the RMA was up there as well, and Anthony Garza, the county's consultant, was also in attendance at that meeting. I don't know if Councilmember Ciarroa, if you wanted to add anything, but I think, you know, y'all did a great job in going up and thanking the commission for their support. You know, Councilmember Ciarroa spoke, as well as Mayor Pro Tem Perez, and Mayor Pro Tem Perez gave some plaques on behalf of the city as well at the end of the meeting. So I thought it was very well received. I thought you all did a great job. So I don't know if you want to add something to that.
No, I'll just say that I think it was really good for Laredo to be there. We've heard time and time again that Laredo needs to make their presence known. We have such a busy corridor here, and keeping the focus on the need for our transportation infrastructure because it benefits the entire state. And so I think that's what our comments focused on, and I do think it was well received, especially the gifts that Councilmember or Mayor Pro Tem Perez provided.
What should provide?
Just, showing a little love from Laredo. Never bad thing.
So pan de dulce? No, just
Little tequila.
pan de dulce and tequila.
That was that close.
Infused with tequila.
So, at that meeting, they presented the draft UTP, which is currently open for public comment. I had sent the committee an email on that if you're interested in providing public comments on that. And for meetings and agendas of the Texas Transportation Commission, that link is on the report. There will be a presentation at our meeting next month that TxDOT has requested. So Mr. Gonzalez did reach out and asked if we could, put them on the agenda for the Port City Plain Corridor at our August 16 Policy Committee meeting. And there'll be somebody from the TxDOT project management team in Austin coming down and be here with us on the 16th. Also, the next Border Trade Advisory Committee meeting will be held in McAllen. At the last meeting, I had mentioned Brownsville because I had seen an invite that said Brownsville. That's been updated to be in McAllen on August 22nd, 2023. So staff is planning to be there at that meeting. And there's members of the committee that also attend sometimes and actually serve on the committee. Also, we're inviting our planning partners to a Vision Zero Safe Systems training to be held on July 26th, next week, at the City of Laredo Health Department Auditorium. The training is being provided by Farm and City, a nonprofit, and its Vision Zero Texas program. So this ties back to the active transportation work that we're doing and, Vision Zero initiatives with safety. So we've reached out to our different stakeholders at the city and the county. We've invited them to attend this training next week. And our next meeting's on August 8th is a technical committee meeting. And like I mentioned, on August 16th, our policy meeting. And our next active transportation committee meeting will be until August 30th, 2023. I don't know if there are any questions. That's all I have for my report.
Questions,
No
comments?
question.
I wanted to ask,
Yes, ma'am.
on the 22nd, the Border Trade Alliance, Border Trade Advisory Committee meeting, I know our mayor has attended, had attended those. Your staff is going. Is it possible for committee members to attend? Is it an open meeting? I know we were invited the last time it was here held in Laredo.
My understanding that it is an open meeting, it's a public meeting, but of course, we wouldn't have a seat where the committee meets, right?
Right.
But we'd be able to attend as part of the public, so that was my plan, I'd be attending, and then, last time when it was in Laredo, we had several members there.
Yes.
But there is that option.
I think our difficulty will be that we have a council meeting on the 21st. So I am deciding whether I'm going to wake up early to go. I think I will. I'd like to be there.
Yeah, and the meeting does start at 8 a.m., so that's part of the issue.
Well, maybe late at night. We'll see. We'll see. We'll work on it. Thank
That
you.
is part, yeah.
All right,
Any other questions?
no questions? Okay.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, second. I will second that one. Any other questions, comments? Any opposed? I didn't think so. Motion carries.